Hi folks, this month, September, may go down in history as Silver September. Nothing will be the same after this. And we're gonna talk about it in this video. Stay tuned. Hi folks, it's Silver Dave at local Silver Mint in Weare, New Hampshire, where we have the lowest prices and the best selection on the most wonderful silver and gold items from all around the world. Wow, and we love to do these fun videos for our awesome audiences out there. If you're watching this video, thank you so much for watching this video. And I kindly ask that if you like it and you want to click like, maybe you want to share it, maybe you want to even ring the little bell thing so it tells you when we make new videos. Oh yeah, do you love that bell? I know I do. I keep one at home and I just ring it like every 15, 20 minutes just to keep myself, cranked up. All right, folks, so here we go. We got a new guy behind the camera and he's not really that rehearsed at backwards walking, but if you've been watching our videos, you know that we select some of the best backward walkers to run this camera. And so we've got this gentleman today, we're gonna see, but I think he can do it. We're gonna see if he crashes into anything. This video might be exciting in more ways than we expected. So, Silver September. What is going on in the markets? This is absolutely incredible. Are you watching? Are you seeing the prices are cranking and cranking and cranking? Is it gonna keep going? Is it gonna stop? Is there gonna be a pullback? Spin the wheel, nobody actually knows. But what do I think is coming? Well, what I think is coming includes a massive amount of dollar inflation. I mean, the dollar inflation that is coming is like a tidal wave. Tidal wave, a tsunami of sorts. A tsunami of dollar inflation. And that to me is indicative of the end of a currency run. When these guys get to the end, they just start cranking and cranking and cranking the money printers super fast and hard. Note, most of the dollars aren't actually even printed. Less than 1% of the dollars are actually paper dollars. And of course, more than 99% are just digits on computer screens that you see, and they don't actually exist in dollars. Now, the tsunami of inflation is going to come from many different places, but the one thing in particular that really stands out, and this is like, I keep bringing this up because it's just so amazing to me, the big, beautiful bill. Oh my gosh, keep talking about it. Yes, it is big, but I would say it is not beautiful, it is ugly. Oh, it is very ugly. Now, why it's ugly to me is because it adds $5 trillion to the national expenditures. Adds $5 trillion to the national expenditure. Now you're like, oh, it's only 5 trillion. Yeah, it's only 5 trillion that they're adding to it. But let's add a few more data points. The federal revenue that they take in is 4.9 trillion. Their budget prior to the big beautiful bill was 6.5 trillion. So they were approximately 1.5 trillion over budget already. And then they added the big beautiful bill, they added 5 trillion to that. So they went from 6.5 trillion in expenses to 11.5 trillion in expenses. They went from 1.5 trillion over budget to 6.5 trillion over budget. What's that gonna do to the markets? What's that going to do to the dollar inflation? Well, I tend to think that my calculations, anyway, would suggest that just the big, beautiful bill alone, just that one thing, is going to cause approximately 25% inflation. Meaning that my prediction is that you will see the price of commodities like eggs or sugar or coffee and or heating oil, electricity, shoes, the things you buy, your cost of living, you can expect it to go up around 25% in the next 12 months just because of the big, beautiful bill alone. Just that one thing. Just the one thing. Can you imagine that you're going to pay 25% more to live just so that we can have the big, beautiful bill? And obviously, that's a great trade-off. I mean, that seems like a fantastic thing, because look what we get out of the big, beautiful bill. It's so good to us because it spends basically most of the $5 trillion to build liquid-cooled data processing centers and a digital surveillance network, which is obviously going to be used for freedom and liberty. That's obviously the point of it. So, great. I'm glad that we're going to pay 25% more for that. Yay! Thank you. Now, what I think that may have a lot to do with the silver prices cranking up lately is because they started funding the big, beautiful bill in August. Actually, I think the second half of July and then August. But that it takes a little delayed, there's a little bit of a delay before the money starts pumping out and then it starts filtering out to the different places and trickling through all the pipes. So it takes like a few months, and now I think we're just starting to see the beginning. Just the beginning of the inflation that this is going to cause. And the inflation is likely to send gold to higher prices. Already, gold is undervalued. So now gold will have to go up even more just for the inflation, and it has to go up even more because it's artificially manipulated down. At the end of the currency, when they transition to the central bank digital currency, when they make that transition to the central bank currency all the way, that's when I think that the dollars will have reached the maximum inflation where they finally wrecked it enough that they need to replace it. And at least in 1907, the way they did it was they crashed the system all the way and then railroaded people into the Federal Reserve System. And instead of forcing people to take that system, they got people to beg for it because everything was so messed up and they wanted to get things to return back to normal so commerce and so on could begin again. And I would suggest that they're going to do a similar tactic to roll out the central bank digital currency. Therefore, when you get really close to that transition, I could see the precious metals prices could go astronomical. But before I talk about the astronomical end of it, let's talk about the pre-astronomical numbers. And the pre-astronomical numbers, I'm talking about before the hyperinflation. And when I say hyperinflation, we're talking Weimar Germany, wheelbarrows filled with currency, and wheelbarrows filled with currency to buy a loaf of bread. Could that happen again? Well, it's happened hundreds of times throughout history, and it's quite likely that it's going to happen again. And so when that happens, then the numbers could go to almost anything. And so before I say the hyperinflation numbers, I'm going to go pre-hyperinflation. I see gold should go to $10,000 or even $20,000. When you look at the paper gold being sold, I mean to rap, and I'm a rapper, and I rhyme all the time, and the gold that they sold on the paper market doesn't exist. Every ounce of gold that they sell, there's 130 ounces of gold on paper for every 1 ounce of gold that's produced. That's like a huge discrepancy, folks. What happens when the truth comes out that they are missing 129 out of 130 ounces? Imagine 129 guys out there that find out that they thought they owned gold that was sitting in some safe somewhere with their name on it, and it doesn't exist. There's only one guy that actually has the gold. And guess where his gold was? It was probably in his possession, so he knew it existed if he was smart. And that's why I believe in physical gold and silver that you hold. You have it. You know it's real. Paper gold, you can get less fees, you can buy it, but it may not exist. And if this whole thing comes falling down like a house of cards, you're not going to be able to call and get your gold. They're not going to have it. These guys are going to be screwed. They don't have the gold to give you. And because they don't have the gold, they don't have the gold to make the gains to give you the dollars either. So I highly recommend you get physical. Get physical precious metals. Put them on your person. Now, I just told you that I think gold could go to $20,000 or more in the short term. That's pre-hyperinflation. And if gold goes to $20,000, what about platinum? Well, if you didn't know, An American gold eagle, 1 ounce coin, has a $50 face value. A 1 ounce platinum eagle from the US Mint has a $100 face value. How come the 1 ounce platinum has double the face value of the 1 ounce gold in a US Mint product? Is it an accident? Is it just, they were just thought it'd be funny? Or does it have something to do with the fact that platinum has been higher than gold for most of the past 100 years? Only in the past less than a decade have we seen gold be higher than platinum. But in 2008, the financial fiasco or 2008 financial crash resulted in gold reaching an all-time high around 1800 and platinum exceeding gold around 1900 and silver reaching an all-time of almost 50, all-time high. And so now here we are, right now gold around 3,800. I think we had 38 and change today. Today is Monday. And so platinum, I think platinum's gonna pass gold. I think platinum has to go to 4,000 easy in the short term. So I bought a bunch of platinum in my personal collection and we put a bunch of it in stock in the company just so we would hold it. And we couldn't even get more. It was so hard to get the platinum. We had to really scour deep and dark. The wholesalers, everyone was like completely out of platinum. Like the big dogs knew what was coming. So I'm not gonna be surprised. Platinum could hit 4,000, but if gold goes to 20,000, then platinum should go to 30,000. And if gold goes to 20,000 and platinum goes to 30,000, then I think silver should go, get ready to think I'm crazy, then silver should go to around $1,000. Yeah, tell me I'm crazy, and maybe I am. I see $1,000 silver easy. Now, people think that, oh, that's crazy. Look, this market has been papered over for 50 years. There's 50 years worth of dirt under the carpet. And when the dirt comes out from under the carpet, there's a lot of it. And it's gonna have been building up. We had a customer here, that's nice. So,
good to see you again.
Basically, this price, the reality has to come out. Like my mom even says regularly, she says, you know, David, the truth has a funny way of leaking out the cracks. And it comes out and you're gonna find out, people are gonna find out the truth. You can't hit the truth from heaven. Oh, by the way, David, please call your mother. I'm so worried about you, please. Ma, come on, my friends are here. You're embarrassing me. Anyway, my mom doesn't even sound like that, but I like to impersonate her that way because it's, you know, funnier. But, so, price is gonna crank. $1,000 silver, totally possible. But, now, when we start talking about the hyperinflation numbers, like when they get really close to fully debasing the currency and when they will need to change to the central bank digital currency, I could see gold could easily be 100,000, 200,000. Silver could even be 12 or 15,000. But also note that it could cost $500 for a dozen eggs, could cost $250 for a stick of butter. And so the dollar inflation is going to affect everything. So yeah, $12,000 silver sounds crazy, but when you relate that to all the other things, it's not crazy. Now, I do think silver is going to go up a lot more percentage-wise than eggs or butter, just because they've manipulated the silver market a lot more than eggs or butter. These Wall Street guys, silver, gold obviously is much more powerful, even though, you know, obviously food is very important. So that being said, we're getting ready to see this thing. It's gonna, I think there's gonna be pullbacks, but September, one of our key guys working for the company, who's actually also one of the owners of the company, which he was saying to me for the past few weeks, he was saying, Dave, September, this is gonna get wild, September. And he kept on saying he thinks things are gonna go crazy. And so it is a question mark. Hope that didn't blow your eardrums out. I just slapped the mic. Slap the mic. Ow, Dave, why'd you slap me? Sorry, Mike. So, is it possible? Is September 2025 going to go down in history as Silver September? Well, it sure is possible. However, even though you know I love silver, but in 2008 to 2011, when we saw gold hit all-time high, then platinum hit its all-time high, and then lastly, silver hit the all-time high. So if I had to guess, silver is actually going to be the last one to do its full crank, and that first gold, then platinum, then silver. So as much as silver September rings better than gold and platinum September, but truthfully, I kind of think that we may see gold and platinum make some major moves first, but also silver. I mean, it's tough to say where this whole thing is going to go, but I would definitely be stacking metals. I would be stacking metals and putting them in your possession. And also that you may want to keep in mind that you want to get little pieces of silver to buy stuff with. If you want to buy basic essentials, like a dozen eggs or a basket of vegetables from your neighbor down the street, you're not going to want to pay with a 10-ounce silver bar or a 1-ounce gold coin. You're going to need little pieces of silver. And if you're going to get little pieces of silver, why not get the best little pieces of silver? The best price, the best quality for the price relative. And our silver bits, that's right, silver bits, trademark pending. Silver bits with a Z, local silver mint, we're making them. We've made 2.5 million of them so far, and we are only just getting started. Feel free to go check out the links below this video, and you'll see silver bits. You can buy them. We have been getting lots of orders for them lately. And these silver bits they're wonderful. They're so much fun to play with in your hand. And the price you can buy them for is less than the price of an American Silver Eagle. But it's 10 times as many pieces. So I highly recommend. Check us out. Click the link below to buy silver bits. We'd love to send it to you. And you could also check out the Ag Mag. And the Ag Mag is a special little device that allows you to flick with your thumb one silver bit at a time into the hands of a wonderful person that you want to give them to. Silver bits. And also, it's great if you support the Ag Mag because a friend of ours invented it and he's been making them himself. He's a machinist and that he's been working for them, getting paid hourly, but then he decided to make a bunch of these things and they're selling really good. And so let's help this guy create an entire business so he can just quit his job and just make ag mags for a living. And he might actually not be that far off. So if you want to buy the ag mag, you're supporting local made in America stuff. If you want to buy silver bits, you're also supporting local made in America stuff. All of our people are America. Our machines are American. We got incredible steel machines, incredible. So if you like that stuff, please feel free to buy it. You can trade it. It's small pieces at a time, silver bits. And that's what I wanted to tell you that. So I hope that you'll consider, as we're getting ready to close out this video, I just want to make sure that you remember the importance of stacking physical precious metals. If you're local to the area, come on down, local Silver Mint in Weare, New Hampshire. Come so we can serve you, give you great price, give you great items. I don't know what else there is to say. Did I tell them everything, Mike?
Did you tell them that you can go directly to theagmag.com and it'll redirect you to the page to buy the Ag Mag and a bag of bits?
So is that theagmag.com?
That's right, theagmag.com.
And they can just go there and they can buy ag mags and silver bits.
Redirects right to the Ag Mag product page on our website.
And then they send us money and we send it to them.
Yep.
Now, if they don't want to pay with a credit card because they want to get a better price, what should they do?
They should call or email me. That's Mike at localsilvermint.com or call 603-529-3999. We could put it right here. Wow, look at that.
Oh, wow.
And they can go to Silver Bits, bits with a Z, .store. That also links right to the Silver Bits product page. Simple, easy, convenient.
Stack it up. So you heard it, folks. Get your ag mags, get your silver, get it while it's not $1,000 yet, okay? If you think I'm crazy, put it in the comments below. Say, Silver Dave, you're crazy. And I'd be like, yeah, I know. But yeah, type it in there anyway. I like it. I actually like to hear that regularly. If you agree, please feel free to comment below if you agree, if you think the silver price is going crazy, if you think platinum's a good deal right now, if you think gold is a good deal, put it in the comments below. We do read them. We like them. More comments. Please share this video with your friends if you think they need to hear it. Please click the like, link, subscribe, click all the stuff. Do we got a guy on the bell? You see how easy that was? You can do it too. Ring that bell. So thank you so much, folks, for watching. I am Silver Dave at local Silver Mint in Weare, New Hampshire, reminding you to stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. All right, folks, so that's why it's so important to be having this. Whoa, watch out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Oh, are you okay?
It's not as easy as it looks.
Can't believe he just bit the dust on that. It just
Justin, get the first aid kit.
First aid kit. Can we get a quick cleanup in aisle 3?